Campus News 24. We're coming to you live from our news hub at the Ghana Institute of Journalism, Abdul Gamal Nasser Road, Accra. My name is Grace Banwakman. Now let's take a look at our headlines. Momentum for GIJ election builds up as EC slates Monday 25th for vetting. And also, audience wants you to succeed. Kafui tells students at the public speaking seminar held here at GIJ. Now, Swag Africa holds annual program at GIJ. We'll go for a short break. Please stay with us. You're welcome from that break. Now let's take a look at our first story. Preparations towards this year's SRC general elections is already in top gears as vetting of aspirants is slated for Monday 25th. However, despite concerns that this year's nominations have been announced early, aspirants seem just too resolute to file their nominations to avoid any disappointment. My colleague Fritz Delano has more on that.
The fever ahead of this year's SRC general election is gradually catching up on students despite some concerns of an early nominations by the EC.
As you may be in the know, nominations have been rolled out for the general elections, GIJ 2018-2019. We are currently at the office of the Electoral Commissioner to find out how many aspirants have picked up their nomination forms and how preparations are going ahead of vetting next week.
I think upon what the GA suggested, we have a shorter time, and so I think GA mandated the Commission to put things together so that you can be able to have our elections before end of semester exams start. So I think we have limited time, and we as the aspirants also had some time to organize ourselves to be able to put our resources together and be able to pick our forms as due. The electoral commissioners were appointed earlier. They were appointed, so some of us were even expecting the elections to be held earlier than it happened, because per the constitution it's supposed to happen from within the 8th to 12th week. And we are somewhere around the 9th to 10th week, so it's just within.
Electoral Commissioner Isaac Edu said his commission is ready to deliver on credible, free and fair elections.
Well, actually, they should respect genuine and free, fair people who will be on the panel. As I speak to you right now, I have told them I called all the ECs and I assure them that this time around, our integrity is at stake, so I don't want them to be compromised by any other candidate. So all that people should expect is that we are going to render, let's say, very good service, better service to satisfy the needs of the students. So that is what they should expect.
He also debunked rumors that he lacks integrity to man the office of the EC. Some students also spoke about their expectations ahead of the vetting on Monday.
I expect the aspirants, to be people who are competent, people who wouldn't just come out to talk to people because they want positions or something. But then I expect aspirants to go down to the student level and then, help them solve certain issues, not just people who would just want to talk to students or come close to them because they want something.
Okay, I for one, I think my major focus will be on what the presidential aspirants have for the sports commission. I think we saw this semester that the organization of the whole sports week, it was just, I don't want to use the word messy, but then it got to a point we nearly had to pull out of the whole organization of the activity. But I think some last minute arrangements give us the opportunity to go ahead with it. So I for one, I'll really be very much concerned about what they have in store for the sports commission, because it's gotten to a point where we feel marginalized to some extent. The women's commission get to, I don't really want to name like other commissions or portfolios as well, but then the women's commission also, like, at times they get the freedom to organize their events without certain hindrances and all.
It is, however, unclear which portfolio will be vetted first on Monday.
Now, still on nominations, it was such a spectacle at the Electoral Commission's office as the final day of nominations grounded to a halt yesterday. With heart-rending anxiety, aspirants rushed in and out of the Electoral Commissioner's office to file their nominations. As of the 5 p.m. deadline, Electoral Commissioner Isaac Edu tells us every aspirant had filed their nomination.
Actually, it has been very successful to me and the commission as well, because we were expecting them on time and majority of them were able to turn up as we expected. We've not gone through the file, so as I speak to you right now, we can't say that there are flaws. No, there's no opportunity for that person because it's closed. It's closed.
Now on to other stories. Public Speaker and Master of Ceremonies Kafui Day has asked students to communicate with confidence at the recently held seminar dubbed Speaking Public with Confidence. Addressing students at the Ghana Institute of Journalism, the media personality said communicating effectively was key to the foundation of public speaking.
If you haven't spoken in public before and I call you up and say, tell us about yourself, you can do it. Can't you? Yes, we can. Even if you're lying, we won't even know. Because we can't check. It's just you and your imagination, you know? Yeah, so saying no to stuff you don't know anything about, alright? Very important. Still studying journalism, A stands for audience. These are the most important people in your public speaking endeavors. It's not you, it's the audience. It's not about you, it's about the audience. So you've got to know as much as you can about your audience before you start talking to them.
Now, some students of the Osudoku Senior High Technical School in the Shai Osudoku district has paid a visit to the Ghana Institute of Journalism as part of a tertiary tour program of the counseling department of the school. In an interview with the school's counselor, he explains the reason behind the tertiary tour.
It's a guidance and counseling program in the school, where when they are about to exit or complete the school, we give them what we call placement service. Personal and individual adjustment. You see, it is said that it is better to prepare than repair. You don't wait until they complete and then go to meet errors before you begin correcting the errors. So the moment they are about to exit, then you orient them toward their next step. So after the WASI examination, they will be at home. And don't forget, that is the period they will start receiving misinformation that is likely to deform them.
Speaking to some students of the school, they expressed their interest in journalism, saying they will enroll in GIJ for their tertiary education.
We like to know some of their do's and don'ts before we enter into it. Like, let's say the entry requirements. Someone might not know if you should have at least C6, you can be admitted here. So we have to come and then know and teach us more about the institution.
On my side, I want to cast, and that's mine.
So the mystery, trying to solve a crime, trying to get news for people to watch, for your name to be written that yes, I was the one who wrote this. Has now brought this out. Okay, in GIJ we've not yet been oriented, but other tertiary institutions we've gone to, like the GIO, Ghana Institute of Languages, and then the Accra College, we've learned a lot. We were being told about the entry requirements, like the grades and stuff we need to get there, because we didn't know about it. And when we went to GIL, they oriented us on the languages, its advantages, careers you can get if you should be able to read 2, 3, or 4 languages. And then we got interested in it because the French and literature students didn't know they will have much advantage until they were oriented at GIO by the SRC president.
Now let's do some sport. The GIJ wing of Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Swag Africa, has held its annual program dubbed A Career of a Sports Journalist. Held last week Tuesday at the Ghana Institute of Journalism, the program was aimed at whipping up the interest of student writers in the field of journalism. In attendance was A Sports journalist Sadiq Adam, Thierry Yan, and many others who shared their experiences.
Making a career in finances or economic gains, or making a significant impact in a certain terrain or environment, if that's how you want to put a career. But if you want to have a career in a specific field, you just have to be unique and have something that attracts a lot of people within that terrain. If you want to be a great sports journalist and make a career, you should start in school. You should be so creative to the extent that people will fight for you on campus. Literally not fighting because they want to sign you and give you money, but they want to create space for you in their offices. You are always going to make light in that small corner you find yourself. When you leave this campus and you want to pursue sports journalism and you are sent to Tamale to do your national service, you should be able to have an opportunity there to make a name for yourself before you want to move back to Accra.
In order to succeed, you need to be very good at doing research. Your research has to be absolute top-notch. So when you do an interview, you don't want to do an interview of an athlete. If it's a 100-meter runner, then you start asking them, oh, by the way, what's your personal best? You're kidding me, right? That's embarrassing. But I think that it's key for you to know how much sport is contributing to the industry, to Ghana. If you want to succeed at this job, one of the most important things is your contacts.
Now on to entertainment. In a short interlude at a seminar dubbed Speaking in Public with Confidence, Kafa GH, a student poet at the Ghana Institute of Journalism, has displayed his intellectual prowess in the Queen's language in a spoken word.
The doctors who agree to help deliver babies head first. He's an emerging actor like the conqueror Caesar in his debut session. But notwithstanding our divergent mood of arrival into this universe, we all have one thing in common, a purpose to nurse. And in the pursuit of this thing called purpose, we are all individually, inevitably met with this simple, yet complicated interrogative. Who am I? No, seriously, who am I? Am I to be who I am to become, or to the pressures of this world do I still need to succumb? He created, gifted, and gave us a purpose to fulfill, which is past I can come. I hear this in my heart, whispered from the depths of my essence, the words purpose. I am ready, so you can't come. Because I feel like a joke, I feel like I'm lost, I feel like an actor, and if you see they took away my props. I mean, I've tried everything though I'm into utopia. But do not make them believe, because only you can truly be you. So stick and stay to being undoing you, because doing otherwise may deny the world of something superb and new. You. And I discover the words.
Now before we go, let's take a look at our headlines. Momentum for GIJ election builds up as EC slates Monday 23rd for vetting. And also, the audience wants you to succeed, Kafui tells students at a public speaking seminar here at GIJ. And also, Swag Africa hosts its annual program at the Institute of Journalism. That's all we have for you today. My name is Grace Balbakman, and this is Campus News 24.